Good morning, everybody. So today's video got a little bit of a treat right now because this wasn't planned. The location was planned as I'm actually here at my father's place, but what gives this a little bit of extra treat and maybe a little bit more to the names of these fragrances is the morning fog, because I got two great Bvlgari fragrances. So if you want to find out which ones those are, stay tuned and watch. So I'm actually here at my father's place on Lake Kaka. Yeah, the name is right here. It's always been a very challenging name for me to pronounce. But just the morning fog is fantastic. It's Labor Day weekend. It's still warm outside, but it's starting to cool off, and that's why you get this mist. It's just, I think that the mist itself kind of adds a little bit of extraness to this very video. And if I look a little bit tired, well, it's because I just woke up maybe 15 minutes ago. So it's actually 7:30 in the morning and the weather's perfect. We got some fog, no wind, and nobody's on the docks fishing, so perfect. But the two fragrance reviews that I got, the ducks are out. Earlier the blue jays were out as well. So the two fragrances that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be Bvlgari Aqua and I got a bottle, and the bottle is going to be Bvlgari Aqua Marine. Let's start off with this one here. So Bvlgari Aqua was launched in 2005 and is classed as a citrus aromatic. The note breakdown for this one here: the top notes are mandarin and orange, along with petitgrain, and the mid is seaweed, lavender, and cotton flower, and the base is patchouli, woody notes, amber, and clary sage. So what do I get out of this one here? I was close to buying the bottle. You know, I kind of like the note breakdown a little bit better on the marine one, but this one here, this is definitely bottle worthy. In the opening, this really does open up with lots of citruses, but quickly goes into that seaweed. The seaweed is green, it's salty, and that seaweed is the most prominent note to this fragrance here. And then during the dry down, it still retains some of its green components, but the woods really do come into play. This fragrance is artistic for a designer scent. Remember, this came out in 2005 before everything started smelling the same. So there's no ambergris, there's no like bergamot type of thing. So this is a little bit more, I don't want to say it's daring, but it's definitely a lot more artistic. This fragrance is green, it's marine, it's salty, it's aquatic. It's also, I find, quite masculine and quite unique. And this one really does remind me of my trip to San Diego when I went out to see Coach Rob last Labor Day weekend. This reminds me of, I believe it's Coronado Beach, and there's another beach that Rob and his wife took me to. And all you could smell is this seaweed in the air. It's like it's dried up on the beach, but you get this saltiness, and you do get that green seaweed in San Diego. It really does remind me of my trip there. So when to wear this one? Well, of course, this is going to be a summertime scent, but you can also wear it in the springtime. Occasions, this is school, but not a high schooler. I would say more of a college student, and just day-to-day casual and work. Longevity on this is about 7 to 8 hours, and price tag, I've seen these anywhere from $60 to $80 Canadian. You can get these at retail price for like $120 at the HBC, but online, again, I've seen them as low as $60 to $80. Wife's thoughts on this one? Wife does like it. She finds it's very green, very oceanic, and quite pleasing. And before I give you my final thoughts on it, let's just dive into the Aquamarine one. This scent was actually launched in 2011, and the notes to this one here, there's going to be less notes. The top notes are going to be pear and grapefruit, with the mid being seaweed and watery notes, and the base is sandalwood and cedar. So what do I get out of this one here? In the opening, it does open up with lots of grapefruit, but it also quickly goes into that seaweed, but also that watery notes. And it does retain its freshness throughout pretty much the whole scent life. But during the base, there is a little bit of woods. Not a whole lot, but it's just a lot fresher. This scent is a lot fresher than this one here. This is just really green and really salty. This one is green and salty, but because of that watery notes, it really does add a lot more freshness to it. Seasons, well, this is summer as well, but springtime. Longevity was 6 hours, and for occasions when to wear this one, this is pretty much just like this one here. This is school, but I think that a high schooler can really pull this one off. College more so for the Aqua, but for high school, I think that they can pull this one off as well. Work, day-to-day casual, both of these fragrances here are, they are just daytime. If you want to wear them at nighttime, by all means. And price tag for this one here, I've seen this anywhere from $40 to $60 Canadian. So this is not available at the HBC, I believe. The Aqua is, but this one here is not. Wife's thoughts on this one? Wife finds it's green, it's fresh, quite pleasing, and she also says it's lighter than this one here. So let's just finish off both of these fragrances here. This is not going to be a battle, okay? So final thoughts of the Aqua Put On. I certainly like this one. It was quite a shocker to me. I smelled this years ago when I first came into this YouTube journey of mine. But it's been probably 3 to 5 years since I smelled it. Yeah, it's been a long time. So when I got reacquainted with this one, this really kind of brought me back. And I truly do like this one. It has a very nice seaweed accord, and I don't want to say it smells authentic, but it's actually done quite pleasingly and quite nice compared to like other brands out there that have tried the seaweed accord. Is it the best seaweed out there? No, but it really does come. I would say that this is in the top 5 that I smelled. It is a scent memory of San Diego. It's just, for me, San Diego was definitely, it's a fun place. It was a fun time meeting up with Coach and his wife and just spending some time there with my wife. I'm not a beach person at all, but when we went, you could definitely smell that sea salt in the air along with the seaweed. So this really does have a scent memory, and for a designer scent, this is quite creative and very unique. It's not daring, it's easy to wear, but if you don't like green, sea, aquatic type of things, like this is definitely seaweed, but it's just, it reminds me of the ocean. If you don't like the ocean, this is probably something you're going to want to stay away. Rating out of 5, we're going to have to go with a 4.5 out of 5. And when it comes to this one here, the Aquamarine, this one I really enjoyed as well. I don't want to say a whole lot more, but I did enjoy this one more so than the original just because it's more fresher. I'm definitely all about the fresh, clean fragrances. This is fresh along with the Aqua, but it's less green, less sea salty if you want, but it's still a great representation of the ocean. And I forgot to mention, but this does remind me of Vancouver. So I kind of got 2 scents memories, San Diego and Vancouver. Just with Vancouver, it does, I don't want to say it gets as hot, like really hot and humid in San Diego, because it really doesn't. But for me, like Vancouver, it really doesn't get overly humid like it does here in Toronto. You just have that North Pacific West breeze, and that kind of adds that freshness to it. This is certainly an easy to wear fragrance. I would say it's easier to wear than the original just because it's less green and it's less salty. And my rating out of 5 is going to be a 4.5 out of 5 as well. I think that both of these fragrances are great. They're both stellar, they're different, they're easy to wear, they're mass appealing, but at the same time, they are a little bit different. This one is definitely a lot more different than this one here, but I just find that they're both great fragrances. So guys, that is my quick take of Bvlgari Aqua Put On and Bvlgari Aquamarine Put On. The sun's trying to come out right now, so guys, I thank you every time. Take care, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.